Boy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot to update the score from yesterday, but that's fine. That takes a couple of seconds. Nuvoldi strikes once again. And here we go. Game number 1 on Road to Tunis. In this amazing semifinals with Ray as Brits going for Australian defense, immediately calling in an Australian. What is the Theo doing, my friend?
Theo
Barkle?
playing with the Deutsche Afrika, so he could some, non-meta gameplay. He's keeping his options open at the moment. He's got Panzerjäger Command, Battlefield Espionage, and Armed Support, so could shape up to be an exciting one.
Yeah. So far, nothing unusual happening from Theo, like Palm Grenadier.
Yeah, nice early bike's going to get that safe fuel capped pretty quickly.
Your mic is cutting out while you're talking.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I was just taking a sip of coffee.
Ah.
We've got Ray coming on quite strong to that eastern flank.
Also, Dingo as a second unit. I'm not convinced by the Dingo as a second unit choice with Australians. It's really expensive. And
yeah,
can backfire, at least in my opinion, can backfire easily. Obviously, Ray knows a little bit more about the game than I do.
I think it's a safe choice if you do hear a vehicle in fog, though. You're always going to have something to sort of harass the bike off and deny that map control.
Yeah, and by the way, Theo was not able to get the full cap on the 10-pointer, so he's really not looking too good. Ray has this home point capped, so overall map control is even, but Theo is under a lot of pressure.
I was going to say another benefit if you're going for the call-in Aussies with the Dingo is the Vet 1 artillery, so you don't need to upgrade recce sections for that. So very strong at the moment, this patch.
Oh yeah, I agree. Ray is mixing. Second infantry squad is a not an Australian infantry section.
Yeah, we've got a section coming out, and nothing in the build at the moment for Theo.
But oh damn, look at the damage on the Dingo. Dingo bite. Nah, won't go down, but a lot of damage there. Side armor shots, man.
But meanwhile, Ray got that fuel cap, so I think it was worth it.
But yeah, that's true. But he will now lose the 10-pointer, and he has no squad capping on his flank. So obviously it's a slight setback, but it's not as big as a lead as you would think. I assume.
Yeah. Fuel point to enemy action.
I think the bike should have went straight for the enemy fuel there.
Well, maybe he was worried that there would be a squad capping there and just wanted to play it safe, connect it first.
Hmm.
I'm just getting used to playing with that attack map. It's, yeah, gotta move around a bit more.
Now Ray will come into the biggest problem Brits have with their play like this. Capping power.
Yeah, it's very wide map, Tunis.
So only the 4th capping unit coming on the field. Meanwhile, Theo has 5 capping units and tagged up. Obviously, fuel is a little bit lackluster for him, but this will change really quickly, I assume.
Theo coming to pressure the center building is going to create some issues for Ray trying to get that map control.
But Theo's not as aggressive as he should be. I think he should have pushed the cutoff there with the superior numbers.
Damn it!
Yeah, playing it quite safe. It could backfire on him as Ray slowly builds up his composition.
That's the thing though with Theo, right? That's something the Nave pointed out yesterday. That Theo's a really defensive, methodical player. So, and the current
so interesting
meta,
that interesting that he went for Dak with that playstyle.
Yeah, true.
But I think maybe the struggles as Wehrmacht are similar for Brits on this map.
Maybe Wehrmacht struggles a little bit more against Brits because of the recce RT. Your corner piece unit, the MG42 is not working as intended, basically.
Yeah, pretty much any team weapon, the flak, the pack guns, they all suffer from that very accurate scatter artillery.
The best nade in the game.
Yeah, and it's free if you've got Canadians.
But I think most people with Canadians go for the heal, right? Because it's so valuable, the heal in the early game.
Yeah. Again, I couldn't really tell you, because we haven't seen a lot of Canadian play in this tournament, but I think, yeah, I haven't been playing a lot of 1v1s lately, so... But heal is a safe move.
Yeah. Oh, I think this might
In
be
my
a
games,
home grenadier. If Ray
Could
tries-
be, but there's a lot of cover on that retreat path, although there's also...
It's a long retreat path.
Yeah.
But Dingo has pathing issues.
Dingo really hating those boxes. He's looking pretty good.
Oh, that's a wipe.
Got the crowd just pop vet one, getting the marked target on the sappers on the other side.
But the loss of air gets immediately replaced.
Australian weapon
Yeah, losing a unit this early. Theo's locked in espionage.
Oh, that's interesting. I think the first time we see espionage in this tournament, or even in the past tournaments. So let's see what Theo is cooking. We have a 2-pounder on the field.
We're losing a victory point.
I struggle to see him really being able to leverage the beacons with that loss of a unit early. I think he's going to be struggling for manpower, especially with the replacement.
Victory point lost. The enemy has control.
Maybe the salvage.
Theo repays the favor, wipes the Royal Engineer on retreat. So
Yeah,
no repair
that-
for the Dingo.
Marked target coming in clutch.
Well, you could technically get the 250 half-track and get converted into the Funkwagen.
Got the 2-pounder out for Ray.
Preemptive
So
2-pounder.
Yeah, must be expecting a vehicle, and the flak is almost completed building for Theo as well.
Royal Engineers on
Like
the
an
front
anticipation
and ready
there.
for
To be
your
honest, or actually Theo's not doing too bad. Even though he lost the Palm Grenadier, he barely lost any tempo. He rebuilt it and got the flag out.
I've got my my stats shortcutted, so Ray's a little bit better map control, 24% to 18. And we're pretty even on kills, as you can see.
Bike went down.
It's gonna hurt, especially without that marked target. It's gonna be more reaction behind cover with that flak.
Not sure if going for heal truck is really needed. You could have called in the tank hunters or the assault grenadiers and used the 250 as healing. Not a big fan of that heal truck that early. It's really expensive.
Yeah,
2-pounder anti-tank gun.
gotta think he's his manpower. Maybe he wants to get the all-powerful back flak blob early. We really don't have an answer to this 2-pounder at the moment.
You are cutting out
Unlocking
again.
production of Stuart Light.
Sorry, it really doesn't have an answer to this 2-pounder at the moment.
Nah, the 2-pounder is really a problem. Forward reinforcement coming in.
Presence and accounted for, sir. Bring up the
And sea attack on the way from Ray.
maintain distance. Infantry.
So it's a pretty solid answer to the flak.
Oh, 8
Oh, we've
gun
got a-
Pollen.
Yeah.
And Funkwagen.
Stuart's light tanks are ready for mustering.
Really going for the murder blob.
Rifles. They're having a go.
Like, no, Ray's got recce section and the other one's not upgraded yet and has a third as well. So really counter this walking dead machine if you so choose.
Oh, Ray is destroying the truck cover with the 2-pounder.
Yeah, moves right away from the.
Yeah, he's not seeing it. The blob is
Overrun.
coming, but he can't see it.
Point down, you wankers.
Ah, I should have moved up the Funkwagen.
There you are.
Victory point.
I think that retreating recce section might have revealed it just before that you got
Ah, that
the
might be
first
the case.
off.
There's one squad not
2-pounders.
firing because it's in camo, and because it's in camo, it's in hold fire.
The vehicle taking shots. Aussie's getting quite low. Might drop some balls.
Those are coming close.
Stuart tank.
Stuart is
Available on
out.
Lend-Lease.
But this pack is backed up by at least 3 snaring squads, so I'm not sure how this Stuart's going to make an impact.
I'm not sure if even Ray knows it's on the field because it was in camo all the time.
No, I did take a shot at the dingo.
Ah, okay. Then he
So
knows.
he should know. And we've got
Initiating rollout of
officer
battlefield
quarters.
visuals for the men.
Sorry, veteran squad leaders for Theo, so making those P-grins a little bit stronger, an extra man.
And infantry training coming in for Ray. But it's such a static game, and I don't think that's the thing that Theo should do. He's not receiving any damage, but he's also
Our
not doing
infantry
any
will be
damage.
better prepared.
Pretty even resources though. Like he's only down 10 to 2 middle munitions, so safe might not be the worst for Theo.
We have incendiary rounds unlocked
Grenades
for
are
the
being
AT gun,
distributed to the men.
and better AT nades
So that-
therefore.
That's gonna really make this steward a struggle to use effectively. Oh, I've got another Recchiati right in the middle of Theo's line.
But I'm not sure if he was doing the right call. He's playing really static, and Ray has the superior infantry there.
Setting up the pack.
Rifle
Doesn't
grenades
get off no recon without that bike. Someone just has to sneak the dingo in it.
Yeah. How much HP does the dingo have left? 1?
Yeah.
Recce package incoming. You remember the drills?
So got the cutoff now.
Work done.
The
And they
recon
don't know
arty's
how few
over,
wants
so
to get it back.
unfortunately getting before he can get the first strike off the dragon just a little too slow moving up.
The battle falls in our favor.
Stuart's gonna take a shot. One shot down to health, so you really just get that one shot with the Stuart at the moment.
Yeah. But
Sappers
that's...
have orders to
I think
over-prepare
Stuart, the
vehicles
pressure
for
from
the
Stuart
coming
is
fight.
enough there.
Yeah, as soon as he realizes that pack's out of position, he's gonna dive. I think the infantry models there head on the Bren section field itself. Theo getting pushed right back in now. Oh, it's a nasty artillery shot.
I think Theo is dead. He's locked into his base, and because he gave Ray all the things that he needs, he will never come back on the field.
It's not looking good. He's gonna have to pull out something special, which I don't think Nash really has.
Oh, he even loses the
Yeah.
18 gun. No.
Yeah, it's looking pretty cut and dry.
Every section of Tommy's has been trained.
But Theo's a fighter. He's not going to
Yeah,
give up. He's going to give up.
Cast of curse.
Spoke too soon.
Glorious. Oh, no.
Just a couple of recon artilleries are moving up the line. It's just, yeah. Devastating.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for game number 2. Can Theodosios redeem himself, or will he fall victim once again to Mr. Ray? What do you think, Mr. Debacle?
We're going to find out.
Trained and ready to
Things
go.
have swapped. Theo's playing Brits now. At his disposal, he's got Canadian shock, heavy armor, and Indian artillery. So quite an array of tools to deal with the indomitable Ray.
Ray as Wehrmacht, standard, double pioneer into grenadier.
And yeah,
this-
double Pio sap opening for Theo.
So nothing unusual happening so far. We have the winter camo on the grenadiers, because, you know, the African desert is not warm enough.
Nice and reflective.
Not much is going on. Both players are keeping their respective sides. Theodosios a little bit more
An
aggressive
infantry
though.
section of Tommy's has been trained.
Never mind, Grenadier also really aggressive, moving towards the bottom side VP.
So yeah, Theo losing out to the you know, the quick capping Aussie and the 2-pounder due to Ray's ban of Aussies.
Maybe Aussies are actually stronger than Canadians just because of the 2-pounder.
I think in a 1v1 environment, I would say yes, especially against Dak.
Always eager to serve.
Here we go. Infantry section is moving up. Ray should be
Pulling
forced
back gets
off.
the cap off.
But he denies a little bit of fuel. Obviously not much, but still. I know we have the good old
We've got
dance around cover.
Yeah, we got sappers on their own against 2 pioneers
Infantry section is ready for battle.
on the other star.
The waiting order.
Oh, who will win this? Royal Engineer? Royal Engineer.
Oh, that-
Let them look at the damage.
Getting very low, but switches targets. I think. Oh, 2 models now though. Yes. RE's win it every time.
Stand guns to the rescue, man.
Maybe if he brought that Gren, but then a section would have been waiting for him, so really didn't have any options there.
To be fair, it can also be a dice roll sometimes with those double pioneer
Yeah.
engagements against Royal Engineer.
Yeah, I think whichever unit has to close ends up losing.
Get to cover, you fucks!
So kind of a mirror build going on. We got 3 sections and 3 Grens, 2 constructor units.
An infantry section is present and accounted for.
I would say Theodosios has slight advantage because he's now trying to decap the Nevermind.
He may lose the squad.
I don't think so. Grenadiers can't hit shit for real, man.
But we can't go!
Yeah, definitely lost the manpower. We've got a flamer on the other sapper approaching that center building now. Ray jumping out preemptively.
Victory point belongs
Vickers
to
on the way
enemy.
from Theo. 4th Grenadier. Ray is really an enjoyer of the 4 Grenadier build order. He might even get officer quarters there next.
The cowards are shooting at us! In contact! Call up support!
I would
This is really
assume you'd
well.
want officer quarters with this many Grens.
Yeah. Against Brit makes sense though to
Heavy
play heavy
machine gun has
Grenadiers.
been deployed for you.
The Iraqi package really counters the MG42.
Yeah. Yeah, you really need to avoid team weapons entirely at the moment.
Closing on us!
Big push from Ray now down the road, maybe trying to harass the cutoff, but Vickers
He's gonna
is setting up weirdly.
in the wrong direction.
Taking losses here!
We're losing a victory
An unfortunate A move for Theo. Looks like Ray might get that cutoff now.
Oh, I think Theo missed micro there. He should have defended the
Victory point
cutoff.
under enemy control.
Oh, definitely. I think I don't know. Worried that that other Gren could jump out of the building and maybe grenade. Because he's probably anticipating the OQ, which is almost finished. OQ being officer quarters.
People with their damn every shortenings of words, man. Yeppa.
Yeah. Ray denying that munition, so really just worried about the recon artillery, it seems, or you know, getting all these sections upgraded with weapons.
Yeah, by the way, I have the first Recce out,
Lost a sector to the enemy.
and Theo decides to eat the nade like a king.
Didn't quite get the cutoff, but is denying most of the important resource points behind it. Grenade just dodged up in the east.
Yeah, it did really not work out there for Theo. He had such an amazing early game positioning-wise,
Territory sector
and because his
lost,
bad positioning
Commander.
of the MG of the Vickers, he kinda lost everything.
Yeah, those 4 Grens being spread out just makes it hard to use unless you want to go and plop it down in that center building. That's where I thought he'd put it, to just deny that center region, but Ray's not really going there. Instead setting it up on the eastern VP. Pioneers force back in the west.
By the way, I'm not a big fan of MG attacks on their own without any support.
Reloading on
Yeah, it is risky. But at the moment, Raid doesn't really have anything to threaten or harass the MG unless he gets a good flank on it.
Ray going for Panzergrenadier company, so tier 3 is coming up. That's interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, so
No, yeah.
probably not going to see Luftwaffe at this point. Might be thinking a breakthrough or mechanized.
I'm expecting mech because I think Ray's a big mech enjoyer.
Yeah, it's a good map for mech as well, nice and open.
Now what?
But breakthrough is also really solid on this map.
We're losing a capture point to enemy action.
So neither player picking a battle group yet.
We're losing a victory
They're just sort of
point.
watching and waiting, playing this one quite safe.
The
It
beggars
will be
are
interesting.
threatening a victory
For me,
point.
always Axis can pick later, allies are more like prone to pick early, especially Brits. So it's interesting to see what
Victory point lost.
Theodosios
The enemy has
decides to
control.
get.
I'm not sure this flamer was the best
Claimed a
choice. It
sector.
looks like we've got a half track just popped out. Maybe a Stummel. Maybe just keep it with the MG.
Stammel's on the way.
Humber armored car ready for reconnaissance.
But yeah, Theo going for the cutoff in the west, but Ray's just going to connect it through the central munitions, so not sure if that was the right play. And we got a Humber out for Theo.
Oh, Humber will hit really hard.
This definitely feels like a mirror match.
Yeah,
Anyway.
basically both getting the LVs there.
Same units, except Theo
Just
forgot the
different
memo
skins.
about infantry training when Ray got officer quarters.
The enemy
I'm not
has pushed us
sure
back
who
from our
will win a
sector.
direct confrontation, Stummel or Humber. I think Humber should win, but I don't know.
I think it depends all about how you get the white phosphorus off and how lucky you are with your attack grounds.
Territory lost.
Because yeah, I've definitely had my Humber die to a
Victory point is being overrun.
to a Stummel, but you got to get the early white phosphorus off and then lucky pen with the attack ground. Hopefully some rifle pens as well.
The thing is though, oh, 8 runners out. Never mind. I just wanted to say there's no
Yeah.
counter for the Humber on the field, but
You picked it from a while out.
The enemy has our victory points now.
yeah, Ray is an Humber
Humber
8
just-
enjoyer.
Happily chipping away at this grin, completely unaware that there's a shark heading straight for him.
Victory point is in enemy hands.
IT gun is on the field, should react.
We're losing a victory
Yeah,
point.
got a section on the retreat route, but I'm not sure if we have grenades.
Yeah, but you know, that's the thing with nades. Even if you don't tag them, the psychological effect just by
threaten
pretending
them,
to
yeah.
have them, it's enough.
Yeah.
Humber actually did not perform that poorly against the Adrat.
The beggars are threatening a victory
Yeah, I think if
point.
you can keep it at range, it's just a bit down to RNG as to what pins the front armor.
We have territories exposed out there. Lines be cut. We're losing a victory point.
Stummel taking a lot of damage to this machine gun, but the machine gun not changing targets to the repairing Pioneer squad. Just gonna back off.
A victory point is being
Humber pushing in the
overrun.
center with the AT gun in support.
AT gun so far not being able to get a shot off.
The enemy
Ray just
has
really
our
denying that
victory
eastern
point
side
now.
with that single in the building. Where's his flamer? Healing in base. He's gonna go force him out.
Nice smoke there by the Stummel.
Victor
Hummel,
overrun.
yeah.
The
Sorry,
enemy
Stummel.
Our opponent is in control of all victory points.
AT gun in a pretty unique position forces both of Ray's light vehicles off.
And Pack 40 is on the field.
Predictive grenade by Ray doesn't quite hit the mark there.
Nah. So far,
We've
map
got-
control though, really in favor of Ray.
It's funny because in the stats it's got Theo as having more map control, but I'm not sure what that's
I
based
would
on.
say currently though. Maybe earlier it was more in Theo's
We
favor.
have 300 points.
Yeah, it's only 19% to 22%, so it's not really much of a difference in the stats, at least. I can have a look at. So yeah, Ray's had more munitions, 370 to 320, and more fuel gain, 256 to 216.
I would say that's the more important stat.
Yeah, I think the map control takes into account the VPs as quite a heavy weighting.
Canadians are on hand to join the fight.
Oh, Canadians have been unlocked. Second 8 is out, second 80 gun got cancelled by Theo.
I'm just worried because I feel like the 8 rads are going to be able to kite the Canadians quite easily because of the Piat has quite a long aim time.
Victory point.
This has an awful aim time.
So it's really, I guess, hopefully an anti-dive tool for the
Victory point lost.
80 guns, but probably going to need another 80 gun in that case.
Oh, big dive is coming in!
Stummel just trying to throw him off.
Canadians not getting the upgrade.
Stummel goes down. Double
Yeah,
8
but
rads on the
Adrian
80
will
gun
go
though.
down.
Pack getting caught by the MG, but it's looking pretty good for Ray.
Piat only not getting upgraded. Oh no, no!
Just didn't have the munitions, I think.
Yeah, he's dead.
Humber might go down, yeah. Losing that AT gun. Losing the Humber. I think it's a GG here.
Our Humber armored car is gone. We have Canadian veterans baying for blood here, Commander.
Come on then.
That's the strength of the double call in 8 rads. Just overwhelm your opponent before they can get enough anti-tank.
Yeah, snare would have been needed.
Listen up. Work done. Now what?
The beggars are threatening a
A
victory
psychological
point.
threat, not enough to scare Ray away.
Yeah, it only works like once, maybe twice, and afterwards the enemy realizes, oh, they has no snares.
Yeah, especially when you're full health and like whatever, a snare's a snare. You just check it off. Try not to take it in the AT gun arc. Yeah, I feel like I would want to have had 2 AT guns against 8 rads before I got my Canadians on the field, but look, Theo's still in the fight. He's pushing back.
Yeah, but those are heavy losses, especially with that loss of the Humber. He lacks firepower.
Yeah, just a small timing error there for Theo.
We found Jerry! Shooting it up.
And these Canadians are just going to be chasing these 8 rads around.
Yeah,
yep,
man.
just kiting them.
Anti-tank
Just-
weapons and crew.
oh, man.
The only saving grace for Theo is the firepower that he has with the Brand infantry sections. That he's able to win infantry engagements.
But yeah, Ray's composition just really denying the recon
We
artillery
have
for the
200 points
Brits.
remaining.
Super mobile.
Well, there's only one recon artillery platform.
It's 3 that can only effectively target the pack.
Covering this arc. Vickers MG.
We can now call in Stuart.
The Vespa hitting the field, Ray's feeling. A bit memey. Maybe watch the Red Wings games from yesterday.
Maybe.
Command points should be allotted,
Giving a
Commander.
little flavour for us.
And
But, you know,
Stuart on the way.
When
MG
really
and,
making point.
AT gun in the field. Yeah, definitely trying to extend the mid game here. Just feels like he's behind.
Victory point belongs to the
But
enemy.
yeah, it's going to be an uphill battle for Theo.
Yeah. Especially if you have to rely on support weapons, but your enemy already has the bigger beat stick on the field.
The bigger gun. Yeah, I don't know. I just gotta wonder how much Theo practiced these Canadians in a 1v1 environment, because
We must counterattack.
I just don't think they're the right tool against the 8-rads.
I'm not a big fan of the Canadians, to be honest. They're really expensive and they're not that good for their cost with the Piot.
Yeah, like I think use them kind of like a 6-man Aussie for like the shock value, and then the knee mortar's good against like team weapons. Yeah, Piot's just really an anti-dive tool. And he kind of missed the opportunity to use it, unfortunately. Just missed the timing.
Yeah. Oh,
Had the
he
right
hits the
idea.
5 with the steward.
That's
AT gun is trying
unfortunate.
to move it up, but I don't think he will catch him.
I haven't seen too many sneaky flame grenades for Theo, which I think is one of the strengths of this group.
Yeah, that's interesting. Especially
Even
with
if you just-
Canadians, they get their
Grenades are being distributed
motivated to run after the throw grenade.
Yeah, like even if you're just mildly predictive about it, the AoE will usually, take a few models off.
Yeah, it's the AoE that makes them really good. They don't increase damage, they just increase AoE and have lingering damage.
I mean, if you do not dodge it, you're gonna lose that squad.
Yeah,
it's pretty nasty.
the fire damage.
Commander, rifle sections have been granted grenades, as requested.
Yeah, I think the funny thing is, because I don't always go Canadians, but I'll get guards, and then people sort of don't expect the light gammon to hit the same, or their gammon bomb, and you can really, ooh, got an A-rad going down.
But how? AT shot was not enough. Something
Maybe the
else
small
connected.
ups or the Brens? The Brens might have gotten some pens off on it.
Yeah, maybe.
Got a lot of mines here, and no sweeper just upgrading now. Probably should have gotten that after the first mine.
I
We got a
think,
grand deep flank.
yeah, but it won't achieve much. Stuart is covering the rear. Even if he gets the snare off, there's no follow-up. As long
Yeah,
as
Theo's got a-
Theo's not getting hit by artillery, he should be super fine.
Here it comes.
Ah,
What?
AT
AT gun loses another AT.
no.
Oh, please don't walk those Canadians that way.
Kids, cover your
Sca-
eyes.
Okay, they read the right one. That's another lot of AT gun. Really just.
I don't think he might be able to save it.
Oh.
One of our anti-tank guns has been destroyed.
But
wanna
no, there's a
believe-
big gap. I think Theo realizes that. There's a man with a plan.
Still loses that AT. Got a lot of low squads in the mid.
But Theo's not able to capitalize on it. Even though there was a huge gap.
Got the croc now though, so
Are available to rout
might be able to call in his way to victory.
Only 3 grants. 1 went to heaven. Do grenadiers go to heaven or do they go to hell? What do you think?
Ooh. I don't know. I think it depends on the individual actions of the specific model.
Nah, OP units go to hell and underpowered units go to heaven. When they die.
Well then, yeah, if it's based on how strong they are, they're definitely going to heaven. Got some healing, but not going to get it off with the... actually, it still work with the 8-rad fire gun up, but not going to be able to out heal the damage. Needs to get those Brens away.
He needs to retreat, brother.
I don't know what... I guess he just micro overloaded. I'm not sure why he kept that in there so long. But, probably needs to turn off his reinforcements to try and get this croc online.
Yeah, Croc needs to hit soon. Ray went for Bishop or for Vesper, so Panther caught in this a little bit off.
Churchill Crocodile is fueled and awaiting orders.
So I'm just having a look at the stats. So Ray has gone right down for map control, down to 7%, but still has maintained a lead on fuel and munitions, but the munitions lead is closing. It's only 730 for Ray to Theo's 695.
Theod so far
Ow.
not doing much.
And about 80.
Getting there.
I was just going to finish off and say 80 more fuel gained, but also having lost the 8 rad kind of balances out.
Big push now from Theo in the middle. At least he should push now. Theo's a little bit too hesitating to it. He fights those gaps, but is not capitalizing on them.
I just want to see how far Ray's off his Panther. So only 1.5 more CP till Ray has a solid counter to this Croc.
Yeah, but there's plenty of the time for the Croc to fight up. He has the PF as an anti-dive tool. I think once... I know rebuilding AT gun is not the most ideal thing, but he needs it.
Yeah, I would want this backed up by double AT guns for sure, or at least a 17-pounder, but I think Theo's a while away from his T3.
Second AT gun on the way from Ray. Theo still too passive. Not capitalizing on his advantages there.
He's cautious, you know, worried about, he's already hit quite a few mines.
Yeah, but...
Nearly lost his shield earlier today.
Cautious, you will lose it.
Pack getting free veterancy, but so too is the Croc.
Nice hit by the Croc.
Oh, see, the mines! He's worried about the mines.
Yeah,
unfortunately, gets his own mine there.
Never stop on your own mind, kids.
Just loves eating these pack shots. It's free veterancy, right?
Yeah, it's free veterancy. For the pack 40.
Sector lost. Repeat.
Yeah.
Sector lost. A victory point is
At least it
being
appeared as like
overrun.
100% hit chance. Even though it has...
I think I haven't used its snare a lot. Does it work a little bit better than its normal shot?
Yeah. But it has a really short range, but it's a really good ability.
Yeah, right.
Infantry taking losses here. Oh, we're getting a little too close.
I think Ray probably wants to back that Vesper up so the scatters a little bit more. I feel like it's really accurate and it's kind of missing.
Ray should have used the Vet 1 ability from the 8 rod while repairing next to the Vesper for the rate of fire buff.
And accuracy, right?
And accuracy, yes.
Yeah, I love me some commander mode. 50% vision range and 20% reload speed and 20% accuracy.
I think reload is not that important unless you can stack a ridiculous amount on it, but accuracy, man.
Yeah, I think like pack guns and Vespers it helps, but most other ones that have like a magazine, maybe not so much. Like the flak, it doesn't really help.
No.
Oh, we finally got a machine gun for Ray.
Yeah, and
How about...
Theo, drive forward, lose the flamethrower, please, for the love of God.
Your work.
Oh, nearly loses his MP.
No, get
Doesn't
smoked.
get the merge off. Nearly loses those grenades to a dead MG merge. Push in here now. Everything's in danger. Please pop some flame grenades. Here we go.
Snare.
Has he not gone pyrotechnics?
He
What?
went for pyrotechnics, but he froze the snare.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah, you should see the MG42.
Stuart threatening on the flank. This is like pretty good for Theo. Like,
Yeah, but
Please-
he's not capitalizing on it. MG42 is decruit not stealing, he's not destroying the AT gun. Why is he not driving forward with the
down,
truck
push the fuck in.
and end the game?
Where's this gonna be artillerying all this stuff? Recce section's retreating. I don't know why.
AT gun gets decruited again. There are two decruited pack 40s, man.
Control A, an attack move.
Take them or destroy them, but... Yeah, he's destroyed.
Alright, Ray has the CP for Panther at the moment, but not
We have
awesome.
munitions ready to be used, Commander.
Yeah, but destroying two AT guns is huge. Now it's time to steal the MG42.
With the most expensive unit on the field. Oh, just eat more Wesp shots.
Yeah.
I mean, I criticize Theo, but like I know he could play far better than me.
Yeah.
So
Thanks for the raid, Dexon. Game number 2 at the moment going out in this amazing semi-final between Theo and Ray.
he gets the MG. He got the MG.
He clicked the button.
The beggars are threatening
Really
victory point.
huge setback for Ray though. Wonder how this Panther's gonna go for him.
Company command post is coming up, so tier 3 is coming up for Theo.
Victory point under enemy control.
And Crusaders are cheap.
Are we gonna see a refit into a Crusader?
To be honest, I would keep the Croc on the field just as a brawler against the infantry.
250 points.
And then refit the Stuart because, yeah, here we go. Stuart is getting refitted and then get Crusaders. I think Crusaders just for the mobility to zone out any potential threats.
I'm just thinking, yeah, like refit that Croc. That's at least 2 Crusaders plus the Stuart, so he's got 3 Crusaders.
Yeah,
There's
but
no
I
way
think
he can pretty much immediately dive like the Vespa or the Croc 8 Rad
Panthers on the
and
field.
win.
But I think the Croc is a good addition still. Like the Flamer is slowing vehicles down. It's amazing against infantry.
Yeah, I think well, he's got most of the infantry battles won, right? Got a lot of Vet 3 sections. I think you want the Croc, the AT guns, but you know Ray's probably going to make more of those anyway. And it's a good spun for that.
It's a good damage, but keep in mind, I think at Veterancy 1 or at Veterancy 3, it gives the ammo thingy.
And it pens the Panther. So.
Can't be mad about it.
Yeah, the bonuses it has are crazy.
Take that location at all costs.
Does it still have
I
that
don't know
one where
what
it
button was
pops off?
clicked from Theo. I know it's from this battle group, but I have no idea what it does.
So it gets the heal and the free like grenades and recon together once it goes
it's just
and health.
How much buff
disgusting.
do you want? Yes, please.
Oh, what are the Canadians doing now? Oh yeah, point assault. Okay.
But he was not able to decap.
Report in. The Huns are on.
So point assault giving 20% rate of fire and 20% damage reduction for 30 seconds.
Sector is in enemy control.
So good use there. We got a Crusader just went to take some. I guess Ray sees that and probably going to start planting some mines. Doesn't have the munitions to do so. I'm glad we've got a really exciting too. It's very back and
One
forth.
might get picked off.
The Canadians in time?
Nope. I think going Vespa was a mistake though.
Yeah, maybe he felt just a little too confident after that, like the first T-gun.
It's done, Commander.
I'm surprised we haven't seen a lot of grenades and using that pyrotechnics for Theo. It does have the grenades unlocked
We're losing
for
a
his sections.
point to enemy action.
Threatening the snare with the Bren section, but gonna walk it back. Sweeping the mines on the western flank.
We're losing a fuel point.
By the way, do we have tank
Crusader
training?
cruiser finished.
No. How long will we?
We're losing a victory point.
Yeah, I think he's putting everything into more Crusaders.
The enemy has claimed a sector.
Yeah, but I think it's such an important upgrade. You should not miss out on it.
Victory point is in enemy hands.
Yeah, it's always, a bit of a chicken and the egg question. You need to get the weight
Belongs to the
of
enemy.
tanks first or make them more accurate.
I get it right after my first tank.
I usually lose my first tank, so I have to save to
Begin their next point.
Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough.
Got the Panther rotating now. Gonna try and respond to this Crusader in the mid. Maybe balancing the flanking opportunity. Oh, the fired! It hit the Panther. I think that's the second shot we've seen today from that.
I got some shots in.
Yeah, taking a lot of damage.
I think though the other big mistake that Ray did, he did not go for Jäger blob. Jägers are really good against the Croc because on how the flamethrower distributes the flame damage. It's in a straight line, so if you space out your units, it can't hit multiple units. Therefore, only one model gets the damage.
We have munitions ready.
I am glad Ray is going for the entertainment value, but maybe thought it would pair better with the AT guns. Okay, there's that. What I was about earlier. Crusader runs straight into it.
Report just in.
And yeah, perhaps he thought he could close out the game with the 8 rads early, and has the option of the game if he needs.
Piat's doing some nice damage there.
But yeah, trying to fight his late game Brit infantry with Grens is we've got another assault thrown down.
The button has been clicked, but I have no idea what buff the button gives.
The point assault?
Yeah.
Damage reduction and I read it out earlier. Damage reduction and rate of fire, I think. 20% on each.
50 points left.
I mean, Theo's got a lot of unis in the bank. I'd like to see maybe some more artillery, grenades, mines.
We have munitions ready to be used.
Oh, Panther, a lot of hits on the side. This is a great opportunity to dive. Can get the snare off, maybe.
That's a gone
Grens back
Panther.
down. Go down.
I think Ray
This
just
is
left
looking-
the game.
Looking pretty decisive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Getting a little bit too confident early. Double 8 rad Wesp, not the winning combination.
Nope. This is not how things are done.
But second game compared to the first game, I'm glad the players warmed up. Up their game.
Yeah, I totally agree.
That's pretty exciting.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for game number 3 between Ray and Theodosios. After a masterclass from Theodosios on how to call in the crocodile to win games,
Yeah.
what will we see in game number 3?
So we're here on Twin Beaches. Theo seems to have learnt his lesson. Hold on. Ray's just called in an MG and Theo's flanked it straight away with the Pioneer.
Yeah,
They're playing
this MG was a little bit overconfident.
very ambitious there by Ray. That might cost him this early. Just really go for the entertainment. I love it. What time is it for Ray, by the way? I wonder if we've got some nocturnal
What's the time in
delirium. I'll have to hold on.
Well, he always adjusts his sleep schedule, so by now we should know that he's
He's a real gamer. It's 1 a.m. for him, so not too bad. It'll really sort of, I think, come to roost in the final.
Yeah, well, later on it will hit like a brick. But he always adjusts his sleep schedule, and it's not as bad as it used to be in Code 2, where fighters were like at 12 a.m. Really, like 1 a.m., 12 a.m., and you're sitting there, god damn it, when will it start?
Yeah. I don't think that really interrupted Theo's tempo. But yeah, here we are on Twin Beaches. Theo learning his lesson maybe from game 1 and locking in Wehrmacht this game. At his disposal, he's got Terra, Luftwaffe, and Breakthrough. So I guess we already know what Ray's got in store for this game.
Well, the thing is though, Wehrmacht is getting the hill. That's something that should never happen, right? Like, Wehrmacht should never win hillside. So...
Especially when they're so spread out like this.
I know the MG makes you really confident and it's really strong.
Not when you do it on the munitions.
Must have been the best thing. Unless Ray knows something that I don't know. Which, like I said, you never know.
Might go for a satchel here. But doesn't need to. Oh, yeah, satchel down.
No,
oh, he almost doesn't see it.
Oh.
Holy shit.
It would have been the play of the turn.
Is that an instant /L for you, Alvadi, if you just lost a Pio and a Gren?
Territory sector claimed by the
Oh,
enemy.
just because I would have rage quitted. I just would have given the enemy the victory for being that
Under
ballsy.
attack. We must act.
Yeah, it still doesn't have an audio call out, right?
I think it has no. I know at release it had no. And you can't imagine how many wipes I got because of that. Just like the Vulture Pioneers also have the same
Yeah.
show. I lost so many.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they have
I
no
think
audio.
depending on how far away your camera is as well, it can kind of make it pretty quiet, that
Yeah.
grenade call out.
The ISC
Or
has been
delayed
upgraded,
sometimes.
And a captain has been assigned to you.
I learned the hard lesson.
Yeah. But Ray really making these scouts work for him.
One of
Just
our sectors is now in enemy hands.
vacuuming up the map.
Paratroopers are standing by for drop. En route.
Got another
go.
MG called in. Where's this gonna land?
Party pooper on the cutoff.
Yeah, right on the cutoff.
The drop zone.
Pioneers are there to answer it, and there's no
Yeah.
other support.
But
Oh, except another MG moving up.
if he gets the
Head
cap,
back to bait.
it's obviously not ideal, but it's something. Oh, there's a low pioneer retreating.
I think it's not gonna. Oh, it's just a paratrooper. Yeah, it's dead. Another engineer. And the models are gonna stay in the arc, I think. Little sneaky grenade.
Yeah, gets one model, but that's it.
We've got paratroopers waiting in the wings, Commander.
And Fear redecided. First he had the 20 mil in the queue, but now he's cancelled and gets it. Jäger.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can see why Ray banned airborne because of how obnoxious he is with it.
Bingo fuel here. Heading back to
Oh
bait.
yeah, airborne. I would still not say it's the strongest one, cause it has the weakest
Oh.
game. Nice nade there.
Sector
And
lost.
how-
No
What
contact.
kind of grenade is that? Oh, the cannonade's just as brutal.
Paid the favor there.
Enemy infantry!
If
Yeah, usually
he cancelled the grenadier again. Though it's getting 20 mil.
Just the income for Theo is atrocious.
Yeah, but
just,
because of he's so undecided, he's losing a lot of map control.
Transport.
Yeah, he does get that flak out finally.
Could have already queued up
Losing the
the
territory
H,
point.
the
Enemy
2-2-1.
contact.
Yeah, I think that's what he needed here. Because, if you have to go bazooka paras, you're really just stuck with an average unit.
Alarms! They're closing in! Ground infantry! Enemy aircraft!
More paratroopers are coming in, but this time Theodosios.
Fighting fire with fire.
Yeah, man, airborne against airborne.
We're taking fire! Find cover!
I'm not sold on the full GBAgers, they're really squishy.
The enemy have taken territory from us.
Yeah, you need a Gren close by to keep them on the field. Now we've got a half track coming out for Ray.
Will it be the 76mm shitbox?
It-
As Mew.
Yes.
Roger that.
Yes.
Smoke bombs are ready to be dropped when and where needed.
Oh, smoke bombs and not recon run.
Oh, this Schwarzenegger's getting a good flank on the paras. Really want to get that officer quarters to sort of give these units some self-healing on the
I
airborne
think I would
units
get
for.
the Jaeger next,
for the
just
bear.
to be safe.
I mean, but yeah, I don't know. As soon as he sees the 76 mil,
Why are you
not-
not chasing
doesn't
Theo? You
need
could
it.
have wiped this MG. Oh, God
Getting
damn
improvements to our
it.
infantry logistics.
yeah, that's pretty low.
A munitions point
So I was
is
just watching the
attacked.
barrage on the other flank. Oh, the scout's
Defend our
looking a bit
victory
low.
point. We're losing it.
Another missed opportunity there. It just needs the map control, I think.
Yeah, but he's now back on the field, right?
Yeah.
They have
Initial
taken
shock
our
value
victory
slowly
point.
wearing off. Now he's coming back on the field.
We've lost the territory sector. Orders sectors have
You almost feel like for the time being, the standard half track would have been more effective.
Yeah.
It seems like he just got it to barrage the flak. Wehrmacht retaking the hill now.
The sector's been overrun. It's theirs now.
Fuel control shifting slowly back to equal,
What's-
but Ray's so ahead. He had like 43 for how many minutes? 2 or 3?
More
We've lost control of the
Fallschirmjägers
sector.
coming in.
Airborne squad ready. Keep it
A lot of nades from Ray.
We've also got a lot of fuel. I think we can go straight to tier 4 and get a Sherman out in a few minutes.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. He's really ahead resource-wise.
ground infantry.
Reports of enemy movement near our victory point.
Unfortunate first strike for those. Yeah, but there's a fight now that they're out of cover. Means Paris in trouble. But MG in the flank. This flak will short.
Enemy movement near our
Gonna see it with that here though.
Flag is repositioning, so damage will be minimal.
Yeah, I think maybe the
victory point.
76 mil barrage just a fraction too early and gave away the plan.
Yeah. The only advantage really that 20 mil has is it outranges the MGs, right?
Improvements
So
near infantry logistics.
it's a decent counter against them.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like for where it's effective when you get against the damage reduction.
Victory point is no longer under our control.
Here we go. Supply and fire.
We've got
Oh,
logistics
Ray
coming up.
anticipating the flank.
Contact. Capture point is being overrun.
But he's outside of the arc. 20 mil is
Advanced
opening
logistics
fire.
will reduce the
I
cost of
think the MG has to
reinforcing
run,
our forces.
otherwise might be donated.
Defend our
Oh.
victory point.
Fallschirmjäger's out of suppression now. They have the damage. Oh, we've got paratroopers coming up.
A victory point
Doesn't
is under enemy
chase.
control now.
Smart
And he
move.
gets away. I think the flag has to run. He's getting barrage. Fortunately, guys coming.
Yeah, it needs a Gren heal or something. We've got a scout, a deep flank.
But look at the HP of the Fallschirmjägers. You sneeze at them, the front will die.
Yeah.
By the way, we have base heal from
Victory
Theodosios
point now
medical
under enemy
station.
control.
And another squad of Fallschirmjägers coming in.
The battle of the airborne units.
Base heals. That's I thought he had like a forward med bunk in that central house with the boat.
The enemy is stealing our
It
munitions
seems to be a
point.
popular place for it.
Over Med Bunker is such a
all
must-have,
victory points.
especially if you play with 3 so expensive units like Fallschirmjägers.
Yeah, it's such a long wait to the whatever infantry manpower reduction that you get with Luft. We got the LG-40 over the flak,
Cut off. We have
which I think is a little bit
territory
interesting. I think that probably not going to see it in 1v1s, but in team games, definitely that emplacement flak's great for the recon artillery. But yeah, Ray going for smoke, so probably not going to see that.
Yeah, but it's looking really grim for Mr. Theodosios.
I think Ray just may be anticipating a mid-game vehicle here. So
Yeah.
playing it safe.
Check the line. Capture point under attack.
Just worried about those, few verbals running onto the field and overrunning
Yeah, but
everything.
with what field is? No,
Yeah,
no
exactly.
verbals.
Yeah, I think Theo playing into the infantry game is definitely going to play into Ray's hand, especially now that he has the med tent and the advanced logistics.
Yeah, and Fallschirmjägers are not really good. Especially against airborne.
Yeah, and that one Gren cannot be everywhere at once unless you keep it in base and merge there. Just can't compete with the SF for economy.
Yeah.
Commander, we've lost a sector.
Yeah. 76 opening fire, barraging.
Yeah, as soon as he hears the flak, the 76 follows shortly after.
You have 3 command points available.
None of these paras have the 1919s. They're warding off the Falchion Jaegers quite easily.
Yeah, Falchion will win nothing. Maybe with high veterancy they become good, but they will never achieve high
Forward units
veterancy
report
in
the
this
Krauts
game.
are down to 250.
Yeah, I think he needed the officer quarters a bit earlier to really get that working.
They're a really defensive unit, right? You want to get the ambush bonus,
Yeah.
and without it, they're really bad.
And it's just so many scouts on the field as well that they're going to spot you most of the time.
First, Verbal is on the way.
A little bit late.
Little bit is an understatement.
The
Considering,
tier 4 is just complete now. Or in a
considering the
second.
tank depot is already up and Sherman is already in smelling reach.
Yeah, he's going to wish that was a martyr by
Yeah.
the time that comes out.
200 points remaining.
But he just does not have an answer to the Ray's infantry play. An effective answer anyway.
Reports
Yeah,
of enemy
man,
movement near our
semi-finals of
victory
a
point.
tournament is not the time where you start experiments.
They've captured a victory point.
Because I can't imagine that Theodosios is playing this like in training or an auto match. This must have been like something that he came up in this moment.
Enemy activity near our munitions point.
Changed my mind.
They pushed us off a sector.
German 105 is on the way. At least now he has something to do with the Falchion, with the paratroopers.
One of our munitions points is being neutralized. A victory point is under attack. We must act. Sherman 105, ready for field ops. Territory sector claimed
Oh,
by the enemy.
75 going for the deep flag. Gets the shot off, gets this weak target weak point.
Yeah, mate. One is going to follow it up with 5, I guess.
Here we go, Strafe is on the way.
Just misses her the 76 mil.
The enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Strafe
you know,
just doing just not quite enough damage there. Right back into it.
Yeah, let's go. It's time for game number 4 between Theodosios and Ray on Twin Beaches. Theodosios as Brit, starting with double Royal Engineer. What is Ray doing, my dear friend Debacle?
Royal Engineers trained.
So Ray has got Luft, Breakthrough, and Mechanism, same as the last time he played Wehrmacht. He's opening with a double Pioneer into a Gren.
Interesting. I fought triple Pioneers standard on Twin Beaches. So apparently I'm wrong.
Yeah, maybe it's a little bit more early firepower rather than map control.
Standard from
Yeah, Theo's got that safe old Canadian in his back pocket again.
True.
And yeah, pretty, as per usual, pretty boring first couple of minutes of the game.
Yeah, especially on Twin Beaches, when both players decide we are not going for the won't, nothing will happen for quite some time.
A gentleman's truce.
Yeah.
Maybe it's going to be a race for the lighthouse. My favorite AFKMG spot in the entire game.
Don't AFK UMGs.
Yeah, but
Don't
that
be like
lighthouse is
that.
perfect. The Overwatch it provides.
Kind of romantic a spot, right? Living in a lighthouse at the beach.
Have you seen the movie The Lighthouse with Willem Dafoe?
No. Something
It's
I have to
it's a good watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quirky, interesting.
I have to admit I'm not a movie guy. So
That's fair. That's
I
fair.
don't watch that many movies.
An infantry section
Engagement.
and a cannon.
Forcing off the Pioneers. Got a follow up by the Grens. Going for the cutoff, it seems, for them.
I think that's a good push by Ray going for the cutoff there. And it looks like Theo is not expecting it.
No, moving that section away, trying to take the hill.
Wankers! There you are!
Gren's in a good blocking position that Theo can't effectively respond to that cutoff play.
Yeah. Really nice positioning there from Ray. Driving the wedge.
Supplies aren't making
there
it back to
between
HQ.
Theo's forces.
Lines cut.
Heads down, lads!
But still, not really any engagements are going on. Now we have the first real engagement.
Sector overrun. The enemy has it.
The section, unfortunately, on the wrong side of cover there. Doesn't seem to... That's right, getting back in the right spot now.
Yeah, but Theo's really outmaneuvered there. I think he will go home soon.
Yeah. Really tough start. Another section coming up. Hopefully they help retake that cutoff.
Flamer coming around from Ray.
Got that fourth Gren in production.
A lot of
Ray's
damage though on
signature.
the one Gren.
Yes. Sapper's taking a beating.
Sector.
I think I would give up this engagement and try to retake my cutoff.
He's dead!
Nothing that he can win there anyways. MG got cancelled by Theo. He's decided to go for heal.
Those Sappers did not need to come back out.
Nope. That's unnecessary manpower losses.
It's just trying that cutoff capped, I think, but not going to work for him. Opting for the green cover.
I think he should have
get the angle with the
got
other
the
section.
MG. With the MG, he would have gotten the cutoff back.
Sapper's meeting the Grand and green cover close to Ray's cutoff. We're going to stop to cap the VP.
Point is being overrun.
Probably the right move. I know there is another Grand coming up.
Come on then!
A bit of a small tactical force move with Theo's base.
Now call it like it is. It's a blob moving out. Trying to force Ray off.
Tactical
Focusing the
force
flamer.
concentration.
But merged.
But just merging into it.
Nicely done. Flamer merge. The oldest trick in the book.
Oh, might lose this
Unless
flamer.
you
He does.
take it.
Oh, is he going to pick it up with the Grand?
Nobody
oh,
realized
somebody, please. Oh,
Take it! Nobody's seeing the flamer. He got the
oh, Gren goes down. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Giving
I
away
think Ray
flamer-
had
a flamer
either a
Gren.
huge leg spike or a stroke. That's really unlike
We
him.
have territories exposed.
Sometimes the that white box doesn't render. Oh no. So maybe they can't see the flamer there available. And the truck just spontaneously explodes for good measure.
Yeah.
So,
I think he saw it
have we
now.
seen it?
Nope. Yes? Nope.
He's-
We've
Maybe
lost the sector to
you
the
can't
enemy.
pick it up.
I think, yeah, you have to get like right loading.
Yeah, he's shooting. Theo can pick it up. Ah, I just ran about it.
That's it. God, it's really, it's gonna be a real pain. And this while that cutoff's still capped.
Shit in time!
But Theo playing around it, capping the hill fuel now.
Oh, damn.
It's like,
Infantry section with the flamer would have been so good.
Shooting at us!
yes and no. Like, they are a long-range unit. I think you'd really want it on your
Bringing a
sapper.
munitions point.
Rifle section ready!
Ah,
it does
also
stop.
blocks the weapon slot, so you can't get Reki if you have the flamer.
No, you can. I think you just one scoped in field.
No,
still
no, no.
get
If
the,
you have the Reki package, you can't pick up weapons.
Stuart light tanks requisitioned.
But I think if
Stand by.
you can tech Reki after you pick up the
Oh,
flamer.
maybe it's like that.
Yeah, I know. I picked up one ETRS or one
Territory
Panzer Buchser or whatever, or boys, and yeah, you it just upgrades and you get a refund, but you can still call in the artillery.
Troopers, get key!
So that'll be right. I think like an assault artillery squad.
Canadians
It certainly stopped Gren's closing on the section.
Theo's going for the same build order like last game, but without throwing the Humber. He's going straight for Mr. Stewart.
Smart. He's learned his lesson.
Incendiary weapons have been rolled out to our infantry.
Get to cover, you
We're losing a munitions point.
Battlefield Hill now coming in clutch.
bandages! Get cleaned up!
And Ray going for Luftwaffe company this time, so it doesn't look like we're going to see the 8
The impact
rads.
throws. Oh. Yeah, makes sense. Stewart is on the way. Fuel has quite some fuel in the bank. Due to the grenadier loss and the rebuilding of the lost grenadier, Ray a little behind with technique, even though he has had a huge fuel advantage.
Heads down, lads!
Must have 4 Grens. Like getting that cut off again now. And the fuel, getting his map control
There's
back.
an MG42 though out. So really long tier 1.
Enemy ground forces have claimed a sector.
Taking heavy enemy fire here! Boys are finished!
What are you doing, Theo?
Boys are finished!
Stewart will hit really hard as 0 AT.
Petrochemicals are being
Ray decides to go
integrated
straight for
across all
support
blade
weapon.
weapons.
Picking us apart!
It's going to be a long wait to this verbal. Oh, does he
Not
cancel it?
really. He cancelled it. No,
Yeah,
he
oh, no.
started it again. Maybe he will cancel it again. He might lose the MG42 if Theo realizes that there is no AT threat. He could chase.
Push. I haven't seen any mines go down either. I'm guessing saving the munitions for...
Theo is
Jaegers.
not
We're losing a
being
victory
rectly
point to
ballsy,
enemy
not going
action.
for the
Yeah,
chase.
it's unfortunate. And still with his fuel cut off, unfortunately, even with the steward on the field.
Yeah, Theo's a
We're
little
losing
bit.
a fuel point to enemy action.
His infantry micro, infantry positioning is not that good so far. Interesting choice, Stewart against Wehrmacht though. In my opinion, Stewart is like an anti-deck unit and not an anti-Wehrmacht unit. Humber,
Yeah.
better.
Definitely more effective. I think if you get 2 of them and get the training, they become quite lethal against infantry.
We
To the
have
point where you can start forcing off squads.
first Jaeger on the field, but they are not inside of friendly territory, so Shrek can't be upgraded.
Infantry's closing on us!
And yeah, no pressure on these northern munitions, so Ray got a huge munitions lead.
Second Stewart is on the way from Theo. The good old Stewart spam back on the menu, how it looks like it. No upgrades on
In
the
this
Stewart.
engagement for the hill, yeah, maybe looking to refit. Doesn't want to, I mean, that also doesn't have the munitions
Point
to
enemy
spend.
action.
I think Tank Commander on Stewart is such a no-brainer upgrade, even if you because then you don't have to refit it. The buff is so strong that it provides.
Yeah. Yeah, does it properly apply to infantry now?
If you hadn't said that, I would have said I wouldn't even know it didn't work once properly.
Your tank.
So
Available
I have
Yeah.
no idea.
I just remember either anti-tank guns or infantry, it wasn't properly applying, but I don't know. Like, it had the icon, but
The
anyway,
munitions point is being overrun.
I'll play like it is. So, Stewart's first one, yeah.
A sector
Double
is
Stewart.
in enemy control.
It's decent firepower, definitely a threat. But the Jaeger though.
Gonna eat a Shrek now.
Quiet down and listen up. Recce back.
I wonder if he's gonna go Canadians this match again, or maybe just for the. I suppose he doesn't need the AT gun with the
At the
double
moment, he
Stewart.
does not need AT gun, right? Double Stewart is more than
We're
enough.
losing a munitions point. to
Triple
enemy
Stewart is
action.
more than enough firepower to deal with.
Just keep making Stewarts.
All done here.
Yeah, definitely needs to force off this MG. This
We're
Flame
losing a
Gren being a
victory
real
point.
pain for Theo. It's like I feel like one of the worst weapons if you're playing against Wehrmacht that they can drop.
Enemy control.
Queensbury rolls.
Flamer drop?
Or yeah, just to get it, play against a flamer grenade is such a pain.
Flamer on any unit is a pain. Because it makes, especially with units that have a lot of models and a lot of
Yeah.
moving accuracy, so they can close in.
Stuart
the other
light
weapons are
tank
still good.
packed and ready.
Like a Panzergrenadier with a flamer. The Wehrmacht
Saying that though,
We shall prepare our light.
I was recently up against a DAC Shrek Panzerjäger, and it dropped one of its Shreks, and another one picked it up, and then double Shrek in camo with the
It's
20%
awful.
damage bonus. Yeah, it just like was my grants.
The worst so far that I ever was able to achieve was Jägers with Johnsons. Like Shrek and Johnson. I was just killing everyone.
That'd be a nightmare. Forces split a little bit, and unfortunately losing both engagements.
By the way, Stoßtruppen calling with the half track, so we went for
Sector
breakthrough.
lost. Repeat. Sector lost.
Yeah, I think that's wise. Maybe realize the Panther wasn't the best answer from last game and wants something
I
with a little bit
think
more power.
once you realizes there's only one track Jäger and he pushes it off, it will be go time.
Victory point is in enemy hands.
It's really struggling from max range though.
Nobody's hitting though.
Absolutely destroying the masonry in front of those Jaegers though.
Our
Hopefully it's not an
victory point is being
ancient Roman
overrun.
wall or something like this.
Work done. Now what?
A lot of time in to repair. I think Theo probably could go for the
Third one.
one upgrades.
For self-repair upgrade.
Maybe just catches Pyro laying a mine, so he remembers that's there.
So far I'm not impressed by the sealed spam, the damage is not really there.
Yeah, just think with Theo's semi-cautious play style, it's just not off for him.
Damnation. The sector's in enemy hands.
Stumble now.
Yeah, stumbles on the feet for quite some time. I think once it hit Veterans you 1 it will be useful.
Yeah.
You have
Shrek
command
gets some
points
button
available.
butt shot.
Yeah. They just absolutely zoning out these Stuarts.
Yeah, the thing is though, it could be should be more aggressive.
The enemy has a
Then
tactical
the
advantage
Jäger
over us.
wouldn't be such a problem, but especially if he goes in piecemeal, like one after
Initiating
one,
rollout of
not
battlefield commission
all
to
at
the
once.
He got the light vehicle trading, so the more you use them, the more bit they gain.
By the way, chat, always repair the tank with the highest HP remaining, so it can go back into combat the fastest.
Infantry training completed.
I got infantry training popping in for Theo now.
Marder's on the field though,
So
and since it's
Yeah.
splitting so fast on the spot, it's hard to flank it.
Armin's definitely most units hit their stride in Vet 2, and Stuart's getting the rate of fire bonus and the rotation rate bonus
fair
of
enough, fair
25%. It's just we're going all in on Stuart's.
How much is the
Are we going to see the swarm?
160?
The what's that?
How much is the crop calling? 160 fuel?
I think maybe 180. I don't remember off the top
Nah,
of my head.
it's cheaper
sorry.
than the other ones. It's the cheapest heavy tank calling.
Yeah, probably wouldn't then.
Oh, see you at hand!
We got the dive in, but we got a couple of snares.
Yeah, but he will make
Camera
it great.
figure going off. One Stuart should make it out. It's Vet 2 trouble.
Now
Maybe
it's
the
the time
Jaeger's
to
in
throw
danger.
Reds. Oh, Jaegers will get
Oh,
wide!
gotta move up the Stuart.
That's a
Oh.
huge pick!
Yeah, I just pulled that. The Stummel and the Jaeger. That's definitely a
Losing a
win.
munitions point.
A lot of mines coming down.
I'm a little bit worried about that martyr positioning right next to that
Next to
mine.
its
I
own
feel like
mine.
it's going to get engine critical if,
Yeah,
if it goes.
We have command points available for use.
Double martyr now, so Ray not looking to replace the Jaegers, but doesn't have manpower to do so at the moment.
To be fair, I think Theo is fine. With the Steward lob, he has a lot of like firepower. As long as he's holding 1 VP and fuel, he can just play into Croc Call-in. Obviously, Ray will get the Tiger. Tiger's a bigger beat stick, but he went for the other 3 first. So Tiger is still far, far, far away.
Yeah. What do you go for? Stuart these martyrs or get an AT gun? How do you deal with them, or just avoid them entirely?
Usually I would say you try to avoid them, but it's easier said than done, so it depends. If you're able to avoid them, then it's fine. If not, get an AT gun. Theo has a lot of resources in the bank. Maybe a 4th infantry section or an AT gun would be the next call. Maybe more sweepers. Look at the mining from Ray. He realizes that the deep dive is a possibility, so he wants
I feel like Theo saw him put that mine down as well. And runs over it with the... But Ray going out now.
We have 1 Steward going down.
Belongs to the enemy.
Oh, Grand nearly
not.
down.
Nope.
Oh.
The psychological fear of a snare is there.
Stuart now clearing out the south.
Comrade Stewart should be a little bit more aggressive there. He will hit another mine. Now he should realize that there are a lot
Where are my sweepers?
of mines. Stewart is trying to
Yeah,
hide.
needs to hide this.
Oh,
Stuart
he's
better.
self-repairing. Let's go, Stewart.
Smoke, smoke, smoke. Yeah.
Can you smoke with self-repair?
Yeah. That's the one that gives you smoke.
He will hit all the mines.
Oh no! Well, will he get it? The martyrs aren't targeting Stuart. There's a third martyr now.
Though. He gets 1.
Ah, this was
Not
and
good.
the sweepers so close. Ah, turns 1 lost Stuart into 3 lost Stuart, so it's not the time to dive.
Oh, Ray! I feel.
Theo!
Don't be like this.
No one ever expects the 3rd martyr. Must have just called it out of base. Yeah, that was a series of throws for sure. Just throwing units in there.
Victory point to enemy action.
If only they'd thrown a sweeper in there.
Obscuring smoke.
Yeah, I feel like after the first, was it, no, the second mine got the crit.
I would have tried. I think everyone would have went in. It felt like
you're
such
so worried
a good
about
spot to go in.
The red mist takes over. Hey,
Just your brain stops working properly. You just go in.
We're losing a victory
but
point.
I mean, he's only got martyrs, so they're not that scary. You know, you can play around them. Stuart, even if it's the least fit Stuart that survived.
Yeah.
Victory point is in
He's definitely gonna have to keep it moving. Doesn't have his sweep now.
Yeah, but the beachside is safe though.
Heavy machine gun has been deployed for you.
We know that, but Theo.
Theo should also know that he had the beachside under control for quite some time.
All victory points are under enemy control. We must counterattack. Our supply line's broken. We have sectors isolated.
Not
out
long
there.
till we have the Croc Dog calling. Theo is eating nades like a king today.
I feel like he could have almost built tier 3 and then refit into the Croc, but I'm guessing he wanted the Croc and the Stewards all together.
I think Croc with this huge blob of Stewards would have been game ending. He would have just right clicked.
Yeah. But now, Martyrs are just, oh no, that was not a Faust you needed.
What is he doing?
Oh no.
Dead. Stewart.
Finally gets a flame grenade out and it's absolutely annihilating the MG. What a bit of a lull. It's, yeah, I feel like he's gonna need an AT gun with this Croc now that he's lost all of his Stewards.
Yeah.
And Twin Beaches is pretty good for Martyrs.
Yeah, those long, narrow engagement bros.
We're down to 200 points. The beggars are threatening a victory point.
Mara shooting at MG casually. We will hit eventually, bro.
Well, small amount of damage.
The enemy has our victory points now.
It's a psychological effect more than anything.
Yeah.
Dunking on your MG.
We're losing a fuel point. Churchill Crocodile is ready
Croc
to
has to
recap.
No,
carry,
Churchill.
brother.
I just...
Enemy
Vet 1 martyrs.
all victory points.
Heads down, mate.
Territory sector lost, Commander.
Croc has to do some heavy lifting. The problem is though the Martyr... I don't know how well the Martyr will perform against the Croc though. On paper it should perform well.
But I think it's going to bounce more shots than you want.
First shot penetrated.
Yeah, it really needs to push the infantry in front and threaten the snare.
Big man will be proud. Captured. We have the point.
Loaded and ready to go.
Work done. Royal Engineers, yeah?
Heavy tank.
But the middle is such a minefield. Going there will be dangerous. And we have the Tiger on the field.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully Theo knows he doesn't know. Oh,
He should know, he swept all the knights earlier already. Oh, you found it. No, I hit everybody. They are none anymore.
stops. He worries. They're still moving. Ah, finally. Tiger in response to the Croc, so...
I think Tiger shits on the Croc.
yeah, mostly.
Oh, we have boys.
Yeah, Croc's more of a sponge. What?
Yeah, but what should damage the Tiger? The boys? I doubt that.
Oh, boys squad.
The enemy
Maybe for the
back
martyrs?
from our sector.
I don't know what the intention was there.
Maybe it's a misclick, I have no idea. Yeah, and Tiger just comes around and annihilates the infantry section.
Heavy machine
MG
Oh no!
Tiger's just one-shotting squads left and right.
The target is pissed. Gonna lose it again.
An HQ
Oh, man.
has been lost to enemy action.
Tiger's gonna go and buy a lottery ticket, I think. Oh, the Croc is not in a great position.
No, but Croc is like, oh shit, oh shit.
I'm scared. Behind this
Tank weapon
this retaining wall.
Oh, I know the connection will get deleted as well.
Oh no. Martyrs are, yeah. Spinning around now.
is in enemy control.
Thought the Croc would be in a sensible position.
Croc is trying to run, but
Slow aim of tag. Yeah, this I think is oh shit. It's oh, AT gun gonna threaten the martyrs. One martyr gonna go down, and the AT gun.
yeah, but I
losing
think
its
the
spotters
Croc
now.
goes down as well.
Unfortunate. Those mines really coming in clutch there for Ray.
Yeah.
And he takes that semi-final through to the finals for Ray.
Theo showing off who's boss. Or not boss. I mean Ray showing off who's boss.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But great games. Great best of 5.
That was fun. Well, you know what will be even more fun? The second semifinals between Reckley and Red Wings. No.
Oh,
Is it Red Wings or... It's Red Wings. I'm starting to mix up Red Wings and Red Force. But goddamn
I was
Red...
going to say... an unstoppable meta meeting an immovable meme.
Yeah, something
Force.
like this. All right, ladies
It's
and
gonna be
gentlemen.
great.
See you
Stay tuned.
in a second.
We want to thank our website patrons. This is by far the best way to support MetaPlays. Your contribution helps keep the project sustainable and allows us to produce more and better content. If you aren't yet a patron, check out our link in the description and get in touch to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.